Hello everyone, this is Pikachumaster 5 for 2, 5 for 2, 5 for 2, do with another exciting episode of my Brunch anime time series. Now if you notice, in the playlist of my Brunch anime series, I did 5 episodes. Now, those 5 episodes are technically my 5 pilot episodes. To see, what I did good, what I did not so good in those 5 episodes. Which the premise of my Brunch anime type series is mainly, anime fans like, you and me that watch anime, regardless if we watch it dub or sub or in Spanish or etc. We just chat and enjoy some tasty food while talking about anime. Now, those 5 pilot episodes, I didn't know what I was doing or had a plan in those 5 pilot episodes, or just winging it and just chatting about anime. But now, starting in today's episode, aka episode 6, when you see this on my second channel on YouTube, I have an actual plan. So you see, after this episode, I'll be talking about different anime that I've watched or started to watch. And there's a long list. So episode 6 will be my reintroduction episode. And I'm going to talk about me and my love of anime. Also, I love the manga as well. But I'm like, a novice at reading the manga. Plus, I'm a slow reader. I have a bunch of My Hero Academia manga and 2 volumes of the Demon Slayer manga, but it's been quite a long time since I read the recent volume. So yeah. So I have a long list of anime that I'll be talking about. Now, the list that I'll be mentioning is not going to be in chronological order. It's going to be based on the anime that I finished and that I managed to remember. At least some of the episodes that I remember. Okay, so mainly episode 7 to 34 or 7 to 53. But baby steps. So let's see. So the anime that I'll be talking about, not in chronological order, but during the seasons that I call it, we'll be talking about Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia, Rising of the Shield Hero Season 1, Mega Man NT Warrior Season 1, Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece Part 1, Digimon Adventure 1, Pokemon Season 1, Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1, Dragon Ball, which with Kid Goku. Sorry, with Kid Goku, so Dragon Ball. Dandadan. Sailor Moon Viz-Dub. Mainly the redub of Sailor Moon that started in 2014. Attack on Titan. Demon Slayer. I got a cheat skill in another world. This is not anime, but anime cons I've attended. Persona 5 the animation. Given. The Given anime. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 1. And Dragon Ball Z, aka the second half of Dragon Ball. Because Dragon Ball starts at Pilaf, aka episode 1, where Goku and Bulma meet, and ends at the end of Z, in which Goku flies out with Oob in the Majin Buu saga. So that's theoretically episodes 7 to 26 episodes that I've talked about, or that I will talk about in the future. The next second part of the anime that I'll talk about in the future will be One Piece Part 2. Now, when I say One Piece Part 1, talking about the first 52 episodes of One Piece, which is One Piece Part 1. One Piece Part 2 will be episodes 52, 53 to 104. So then we'll be talking about Dragon Ball Z Kai, which I watched as a kid when I watched it on Nicktoons. So I watched 3 different versions of Dragon Ball Z Kai. I watched the Nicktoons version, the CW4Kids / Toonsai / Vortex version of Kai, and then the uncut version of Dragon Ball Z Kai that I own on DVD and watched on Adult Swim. Then also we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, like the 3rd series in the Yu-Gi-Oh! franchise. Digimon Adventure 2, which is like the sequel series to Digimon Adventure. Pokemon Season 2, aka Pokemon Adventures in the Orange Islands. Anime movies that I've watched in theaters or at home. Dragon Ball GT. One Piece Part 3, which is episodes 105 to etc. etc. I'm not good at math. Let's see. I'll be talking about the infamous 4Kids dub of One Piece. Also Sonic X, the Dragon Ball Z Ocean dub, aka the first 53 episodes that was released released first, then before the Texas got the new cast, hired a new cast, starting at the Captain Ginyu Saga, and the Sailor Moon Deke dub and Cloverweight dub, aka seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mega Man X Warrior Access, which is in Japan it's only season 2, but in the US it's season 3. One Piece Part 4, which is etc. number of episodes at that part, which hopefully I managed to watch. The missing sagas that I've skipped. I'm currently watching the Skypiea storyline. So I watched the beginning, which is when Luffy assembled his pirate crew, which gets Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji. Then they go to Reverse Mountain and go to the Grand Line. Then they encounter Baroque Works. Then they go to Little Garden, and then they go to Drum Island where they meet Chopper. Then the Alabasta storyline with the remaining members of Baroque Works. Then then Robin joins. Then they go to Skypiea, but that's where I'm currently stopped at, because I think they're around Skypiea. I think because they're in the clouds. Because when I started watching One Piece, I think I started watching. I watched at around the Water 7 storyline. Because this was before Nico Robin left the group and went with CP9. So I watched the CP9 storyline on Adult Swim, and also Thriller Bark, where they introduced Brooks. And also Water 7, where they introduced Frankie, and he joined the crew. So yeah, so there's different parts of One Piece that I started at the later part that I went back to the beginning and stopped at a certain point and watched this chunk of the saga, and then went back and stopped at this part. Yep, etc. etc. Okay, so anyways, after that I'm going to also talk about Digimon the movies, which means the three redubbed Digimon movies, and then Digimon the movie itself. The Yu-Gi-Oh movies that were made and released. Dragon Ball movies, which there's a lot of them. Pokemon Season 3, which is when they go to Johto. Pokemon movies 1 to 3, which is the Mewtwo movie, the Mewtwo and Mew movie, the Lugia movie with the 3 legendary birds, and then Dente movie, and also Unknown. Then I'll be talking about Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2 and 3, which are 13 episodes each. Currently, I finished Season 2 and started Season 3. One Piece Part 5, which I don't know what part of the story I'll be in. Maybe I'll be in Thriller Bark by then. Maybe I'll have caught up and I'll be around Thriller Bark, or maybe the New World. Mega Man Star Force, which I'll watch the the dub and the Japanese version or sub. The One Piece movies that is available to watch. Dragon Ball Super, Pokemon Season 4, which is more of Johto, and then Pokemon movies 4 to 8, which is the rest of the movies with from the 4Kids stuff. So that's my list of planned episodes to watch or to talk about. So let's see. Out of all the anime that I've watched, I'll list out the anime that I've completely finished. So, Chainsaw Man I'm still watching, so I haven't completed yet. My Hero Academia I'm behind a few seasons. Rising of the Shield Hero I've completed because I watched all 26 episodes on Netflix. Mega Man Anti-Warrior I've completely watched, but I need to rewatch 40 episodes so I can remember. Yu Yu Hakusho I'm still ongoing to watching. One Piece Part 1 I watched I think the first 52 episodes. Digimon Adventure I've also completely watched. Pokemon Season 1 I've completely watched as well. Yu-Gi-Oh! I've completely watched, but some episodes I'm kind of a bit blurry about in certain seasons. Dragon Ball I completely watched in 2020. All 153 episodes. Dandadan I'm still watching. Sailor Moon I'm almost done watching. I just need to finish watching the Ridge dub of Sailor Stars. Although I did finish the Japanese version on VHS tapes that I bought. Yes, they're fan subs. Attack on Titan I think I've completely watched, except I haven't watched the final season, which I didn't really watch the final season because reasons. Demon Slayer I've started watching but stopped at a certain point. I got a cheat skill in another world. I'm also ongoing. Cons I've attended. I'll talk about that later. Persona 5 the animation I've started watching but stopped because I'm also playing the game version. The Persona 5. I'm also playing the game, which is Persona 5 Royal. Given let's see. I started watching the dub. I stopped at a certain episode. I stopped watching a certain episode. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I started watching Season 1. Dragon Ball Z, I'm starting to watch, and then in Japanese with English subtitles. I stopped after they defeated Raditz. One Piece Part 2. I think this is the 52 to 104. I think at that part I've completely watched that part of those set of episodes. Dragon Ball Z Kai completed, but only the first 98 episodes, because I'm currently watching. I'm starting to watch Final Chapter, Seiki, the Majin Buu Saga. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. It's been quite a long time since I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Digimon Adventure 02, I watched in its complete entirety in the dub. Japanese version, I'm still haven't finished yet. Pokemon Season 2, I watched all the episodes of when they went to the Orange Islands. Anime movies, I watched some anime movies, the 3 Sailor Moon movies. Let's see, and also the Pokemon movies, most of them. I still haven't watched Studio Ghibli movies. I will watch them in the future. Just need time to watch the movies. Dragon Ball GT I watched after I finished watching Dragon Ball Z Kai at Nicktoons, because that's when they also aired Dragon Ball GT on Nicktoons. It was the censored version with the GT rap. One Piece Part 3. I think it's around the Skypiea storyline, which I've started watching. That's 4Kids dub of One Piece. I watched with the DVD, let's see, with the few DVDs I own, I've watched almost. I'm missing like episodes 3 to 16, which is like the episodes with Buggy, and the episodes with Usopp and Syrup Village. I'm missing those missing episodes with at the Barati. If I know what happens. And then I watched up until the episode 52 in the 4Kids of One Piece, which they were in Drum Island, and Wobble appeared. Or no, they're telling you we were talking about Chopper's backstory. That's when they started making the DVDs for the 4Kids of One Piece. Sonic X, I watched the complete entirety when I watched the Saturday morning cartoons. Yes, my favorite character is Sonic, but also my favorite human character is Chris Thorndike. Okay. Yes, I watched all the episodes of the Dragon Ball Z Ocean dub, 1 to 53, or 1 to 67 in the Japanese version. Sailor Moon. So I watched the first season, which is like 40 episodes of the Deke dub. Then I started watching the season 2, but I stopped at a certain point. And then I stopped, and I started to watch Sailor Moon S, but then I stopped at a certain point as well. Mega Man 2 Warrior Axis, I watched it in its complete entirety when I was in high school. And again, when the episodes were available on YouTube, but they're no longer available on YouTube, sadly. Let's see, what pieces were for blah 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 blah, then also the movies. Yep. Okay. So yeah, that's my list of anime that I'll be talking about in future episodes. And yeah. So thank you guys for watching my reintroduction episode, aka episode 6 of my Brunch Anime Time series with yours truly. Pikachumaster 5 for 2, 5 for 2, 5 for 2, doo-doo-doo. So yeah, so this is where I'm gonna end today's episode. So thank you guys for watching, and see you all Pika next time. And hopefully you come back and watch me, talk about my favorite anime in the future. Now remember, everyone, stay being your true and awesome Pika selves, my Pika pals, because you're all Pika fantastic. And also, watch your favorite anime, regardless if it's dub or sub, or duck, or in quack. Quack. And my doggy is, saying hi. Hello, my baby. Hello, my doggy. Now join me next time as I talk about the first anime that I watched when I was a young Pikachumaster. That's right. In the next episode, I'll be talking about my favorite anime. Well, one of my favorite anime. Or my introduction anime. Next time, join me as I talk about the introduction anime that I watched, which will be Pokemon. I'll be talking about Pokemon Season 1 in the next episode. Bye. And now here's the ending song. This is the ending song. This is the ending song. Every anime has an ending song. La 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 la. This is the ending song. This is the ending song. La 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 la. This is the ending song. Do 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 do. Pika Pika. Pika Pika.